but we as a continent have now defined ourselves.
Welcome to TOS TV, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Ruel Penau and this is TOS National News. Chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, who was led to the Shasha market by his Oyo State counterpart, Governor Seyi Makinde, urged the Yoruba elders in the area to prevail on the youths to allow peace to reign. On his part, Governor Makinde Sunday vowed to resist attempts of those he described as fifth columnists to destabilize the state. Akeredolu, who addressed the people of the area after assessing the wanton destruction of properties, begged the residents to allow peace to reign. Also speaking, Governor Makinde, who urged the people not to resort to self-help, called for peaceful coexistence. While condemning the clash, Vice President Yemi Osibanjo said criminal acts should be treated according to the tenets of the law and not as ethnic conflict. He also asked Nigerians never to take the law into their own hands, adding that it is the citizens' duty to assist the police to identify criminals. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has vowed that his government will protect all religious and ethnic groups, whether majority or minority, in line with its responsibility under the Constitution. Garba Shehu, one of the president's spokespersons, said in a statement on Sunday in Abuja that Buhari made the assertion while reacting to reports of breakout of violence in some parts of the country by some ethnic and sectional groups. The president warned that the government would not allow any ethnic or religious group to fan the embers of hatred and violence against other groups. He condemned such violence and gave the assurance that his government would act decisively to stop the spread of any such violence. He appealed to religious and traditional leaders as well as governors and other elected leaders across the country to join hands with the federal government to ensure that communities in that domain were not splintered along ethnic and other primordial lines. Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State on Sunday explained himself over a comment he made about Fulani headsmen carrying AK-47 rifles for self-defense. A statement issued by Mokhtar Gidado, his senior special assistant on media, said. According to the statement, Mohammed said it would be inappropriate to label an entire tribe as criminals based on the crimes of a few members of the ethnic group. The primary objective of the governor was to avert the dangerous prospect of a nationwide backlash as tempers flared, and given that the phenomenon of inter-ethnic migration, is a national pastime involving all ethnic groups in Nigeria. By extension, the governor made it abundantly clear that it will be inappropriate to label any one tribe based on the crimes of a few members of the ethnic group, said the SSA. Gidado further stressed that the governor's reference to AK-47 was simply to put in perspective the predicament and desperation of those law-abiding Fulani headsmen who, while carrying out their legitimate cow-rearing business, have become serial victims of cattle rustling, banditry, kidnapping, and assassination. You are watching national news on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS TV. Do stay with us for more stories after the break. Thank you for staying tuned. In a video that went viral on Saturday, the protesters who were demonstrating against the resumption of operations at the Lekki Tollgate after the alleged shooting of NSIS protesters on October 20, 2020 were arrested and crowded inside what appeared to be a van. The youths were later charged to court and granted bail. Speaking on Sunday when he featured on Politics Today, a channel's television program, the Lagos State Attorney General condemned the brutalization of the protesters, adding that the police will give account of what happened at the tailgate on Saturday. He also stated that, I quote, "In Nigeria, if you are arrested on a Friday, you are probably going to end up in a police station or whatever detention till the next week. But we made sure that the court sat late on Saturday to ensure that people that were arrested were released to go home." I think that in itself, showed the intention of the state government to ensure that the rights are protected on both sides. The state government is there for people who support it and people who do not support it. We are bound by the law, and we ensure that the law is carried out to the letter. Some senior lawyers are pushing for the sustenance of the existing statutory retirement age of 70 years for justices of the Supreme Court. This, the lawyers believed, amending the Constitution to shift the retirement age from 70 to 75 years will be counterproductive and may spell the doom for the nation's justice sector. Deputy Senate President Ovie Omoagege, APC Delta Central, had, while speaking at a retreat put together by the Senate Constitution Review Committee to review and analyze submitted memoranda, revealed that the Red Chambers was putting measures in place to push for an increase in retirement age of Supreme Court justices from the age of 70 to 75 years. According to Omoagege, who also doubles as the chairman of the committee, the proposal for an increment in retirement age was from the Apex Court, and it will be deliberated upon by the Senate next month. Chief of Staff to the Minister of Aviation, Ibrahim Idris, is dead. The Federal Ministry of Aviation confirmed that Idris passed away on Sunday night on its official Twitter page. The ministry tweeted, "A hardworking, godly, and simple man. May Allah forgive him and grant him the highest rank in Jannah." In a short tribute to the departed Chief of Staff, Sirika also described Idris as an honest, trustworthy, simple, warm, godly man. Ibrahim Idris is expected to be buried later today in accordance with Islamic rites. On Sunday, February 14, 690 new confirmed cases of the coronavirus and 6 deaths were recorded in Nigeria. To date, 146,354 cases have been confirmed, 121,193 cases have been discharged, and 1,753 deaths have been recorded in 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The 690 new cases are reported from 20 states. A train had on Monday collided with a truck loaded with animal feed at Jonathan Coker Railway Level Crossing in the Fagba area of Ijuishaga, Lagos State. Law enforcement agents are currently on the ground attending to the accident, which occurred around 8:52 a.m. The accident has led to vehicular traffic in the area, with motorists advised to seek alternative routes. As at the time of filing this report, no casualty had been ascertained yet. You are watching TOS National News on your digital First Pan-African News Network, TOS TV. Still ahead, business and sports. You are watching national news on TOS TV. In business, the federal government and the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, as well as banks chiefs under the aegis of the Bankers Committee, yesterday signed a memorandum of understanding to formally commence the renovation of the National Arts Theatre in Lagos. Also, the Bankers Committee and the contractor to handle the project signed an agreement to commence the first phase of the renovation, which is expected to end in 15 months' time. Additionally, in order to ensure that the National Theatre and the adjoining entertainment hubs retain their ambience upon completion, the Ministry of Information and the CBN Bankers Committee have also signed an MOU with a facility manager to manage the building complex. Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, yesterday said at the signing of the agreements in Lagos that the project showed the commitment of all parties involved towards giving the facility a facelift. The federal government, through the Bureau of Public Enterprises, BPE, has announced plans to concession of the Tafawa Balewa Trade Fair Complex, Lagos International Trade Fair Complex, Calabar Special Economic Zone, SEZ, and Kano Special Economic Zone. This was disclosed in a statement issued in Abuja on Sunday. The statement added that the BPE has scheduled to disclose more on the concessions at an international investors webinar on Tuesday, February 23rd. The webinar is in line with the new mandate of BPE as contained in a new federal government circular. It gives the Bureau the responsibility for the concession of public enterprises and infrastructure already listed in the first and second schedules of the Public Enterprises Act. acting on behalf of the federal government as the counterparty on all infrastructure projects being developed on a public-private partnership PPP basis, the statement added. And in sports, Nigerian fighter Kamaru Usman successfully defended his UFC welterweight title following a third-round blowout of his Brazilian opponent Gilbert Burns early Sunday morning. Burns, a friend and ex-teammate of Usman, could not go beyond the third round despite showing early signs he was going to push the Nigerian nightmare all the way in the main event of UFC 258. The 31-year-old Nigerian has held the title since March 2019, and this is the third defense of the belt as he now improved his UFC record to 18 wins with just 1 loss. Apart from keeping his title, this latest win recorded by the Nigerian Nightmare has seen Usman break the record for most consecutive wins at 170 pounds in the promotion. And that is the national news on your digital First Pan-African News Network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS TV Network. I am Ruel Panao. Bye for now.